bosomini de tosonso e wa fimpimienu ne aduonu nan mu no nan abo pepepe e wo Fast TV akache emraso sensema yensa kan e wo man Ghana ne amahodo so ni edika editi o se mufo aso ne so akuchi egu krata so ne ba bekenken amamo e wo kase ebo pan so ensema me de ba besoma no peido so bebre ni eduma akutini bi ni eye GES boss eye Dr. Eric Nkansa edin sembi aba beto abontene sanso na ye President Edema Ivory Coast edin sembi ato abontene wey ene nsema oduro pie kan ne bekenken amamo e wo simedia santem ni amaje pini di enumere se boy ba besom mo midiane akonoba nafsat. Na mifaka sebonu munchiremu ensomo endra da eno man Ghana yenye mfie 67 eno nam so e magada mampanyini efen munyam kwan so eto nsande frɛ mampanyi e de ma Ivory Coast ye munyam for Al Hassan na bro be pie mu e wo man Ghana maseni na endra da okasa de eto abontene se o man Ghana ya boye homodin yie pa si yetume kon ye mre bi e de ye fra ahodie
and the many achievements in Ghana despite the adverse challenges at the global level with COVID, the war in Ukraine, and obviously in Gaza and Palestine. I would like to thank you for your commitment to regional economic integration as shown during your tenure President of ECOWAS. Yes, you did an exceptional job, an outstanding job, and as the other head of state, no, I did not want you to leave. I thought you should continue for many, many years. I also want to thank Ghana for your contribution to the success of the 34th AFCON, which took place in Côte d'Ivoire from January 13 to February 11 of this year. Yesterday, the match between ASEC Mimosa and Asante Kotoko was another celebration of the friendship and solidarity between Côte d'Ivoire and Ghana. But obviously, since Côte d'Ivoire is the champion of AFCON, ASEC was the winner of the championship, but we remain friends. Congratulations to the two teams. Thank you very much again for your invitation, my dear friend. Happy Independence Day to you, to all the people, the brotherly people of Ghana. Thank you again.
Ghana Education Service, Dr. Eric Nkansa. Nene wakasa ede to abontini so best o man Ghana de hye nyina se ya fe no man Ghana yin 67 years ye humesu ansem etumpon yie pent wo besre si enkoso amwa se de be ye mfie kakra emreme ka ho no ne o man Ghana se ye kasa humesu ahon nsem na etumpon yie.
I feel very privileged and honored to be here in your midst. Wednesday is the 6th March, the 67th birthday of our country. We have come a long way, and as I have done in previous or in other regions, I felt that it would be appropriate that as I'm entering the region, I meet with the leaders of education within the region, then we have a conversation, get to understand what your issues are, tell you what is happening, because usually I also take the opportunity to let you know the things that we're doing at headquarters, all aimed at ensuring we deliver improved learning outcomes. Once I took office, one of the things that Honorable Minister I said was that so far, 66 years of independence, 67 now of independence, this country has come a long way. We have done a lot in terms of investment in our education, in terms of how we have delivered education to all of us, and all of us are product of our country's education, so we can all attest to that. It's been that we have been able to do so much in the education space. We feel that it is time for us to consolidate all that effort to building a 21st century education system that will deliver the improved learning outcomes that we so want.
Kwaso akenkan kase ebo no edi amamdia na ebi wohia kwa kopie mu ewo enkran pumpuni mantemekọ na abana na musini wotema east abato mpesu aso abakasa ne nsem okanyina ne se ye mrahye bedwani wotema east no wadi ne ho ye oyi pa esanse mpani formani sika enya agro so fanye mpuntunuma wotema east ne so e kame ye se watina sika ne so ewa bra mpuntu ba akokora enko so woni mpesu aso
Chama deserves better. I'm a GD say, near my master may year medipano. Who say, yeah, there's a difference between current MP and the Albano. And I know, sir, but the grace of God, time no sure. On my head, you may, near mayor now, now, among them, sir, now may in chess, say, or maybe 2 million MP, may way far better. And they hear about our current MP. Apart from common funds, you know, on your funds from Get Fund, on your funds from help, funds from different places. But I won't say. And then MP now yes, so for all the funds on your there's nothing for you to see. Clearly, it means that funds are not on you so appropriately. And clearly, this is something I who say, yeah, they are right. They deserve better leadership. They will see him at all times. They will be available to meet them. They will be because very soon the center and clearly the MP has failed.
Sitting near the feminine. Now this is the time I have the back. Well, Nagasan so on one modern on China project. Now we mark them project by project. And what am I saying animal? Yagasa na head man na says Yagasa beji at the back. Ya yini any way be a debate bia ya beji at the back. That's all. Yeah, funny said TMA in Kola Square or has say no more school dining in our ebubu and Kolani Bomuts na Edias. Uko and that make us our basic blocks are more one Kolansin Juma. Uko Onyunku air government school be ever has say. Wakoye stay baby or field or more ball first na here. Wakoye on more fine. Additional members working kind Casiabono Ediamon, no men's Nikrache, Edma or Fain so not about to Impesuaso, Emunian for outdoor to say Fabrin home. Nene Wakasa the Atua de Shio name so best one. Some woman yes, NPP and I say ending so many uncommon boom. No munya Jumana Buama de show more fins not, and near the Shio Munina in Puntu Akui.
Very important events. Let me also, on behalf of the official North District Assembly, express my sincere gratitude to Nananom and all present for making time out of their busy schedules to grace this historic event. Ghana, our dear country, is not only free forever, but also regarded as a beacon of hope, not only in Africa, but in the world at large. Let us remember the saying that united we stand, divided we fall. As Ghanaians, traditional rulers, public servants, farmers, businessmen, and women, and students, we need to work together for a solid Ghana beyond the 2024 elections. Honorable DC, I'm pleased to announce that this year the performance of candidates at our senior high schools was very remarkable. Most of them had 7 A's, 6 A's, and 5 A's, which has never happened before. The teachers did very well, and kudos to our students. The directorate has inadequate classroom blocks, especially kindergarten. In fact, we need a modern kindergarten block in the district to educate our young ones. The key component of the Education Act 778 of 2008 is the establishment of KGs as part of basic education. However, most of the schools have still not received modern kindergarten block and are using wooden structures for the KG, which is making the schools unsafe for the pupils. Honorable DC Nananom, again, accommodation has become a challenge for teachers posted to area areas, and as a result, most teachers refuse postings to such places. And those who also accept postings there commute from far distance to their place of work, which is affecting teaching and learning in the rural areas. Some teachers are currently lodging in classrooms and school offices.
Chimamba Samakoso Akenkan Kasiabono Ediama Mani Boshi Akopimu, a Wapuyaman Temu, a cry a friend say Adiam Raiho, and a penny of Shemu Messia Honsem Sua, a Wahono Macasa. Nessa more Kenyan and I the radius from Kuno de Tom Penny Fuenim, Swam Ranoma Mayor one white own schools and Titri, any KG block or Honoma may be and Famomo, or the same way to Jamram Penny Fu be a Quahon Quaya one, a CKG block may be Edimao.
But say nya bika ho so a yepe say nya school dan ni bi ewo communities bi so mo hia KG no yen KG no na say aye problem amaye nti say nya KG ni bi so wo other communities to say nya de ye boso akem boso ho so mo hia KG no so be boa adesua but say no ya maye nice building ni nije kese edema West Akim ema Adiembra Kuru nso
ndie eche ni bia te yem pese mo fa na ebekachi nti mo fa na omunim dia ho ebre na ebre e se o ye adwuma na so ba anko sukuru a na je se wanye adwuma na franka e ja pade pa o de betimi ade agya wo ba e ho asua e se ba go se ba bia nim die ni no me ma yera nti nim die die o ma o ma nim die e ja pade kese pa e che se wo do kokura ni jam.
Akwaba e dey aba fast news so emraso say amahodro so nsama yensa kan aboabo no me de ebesom odjefo busumi ni mu na nanka wase adehye a wo Senegal man ni mu eto aba e di yo mampani na so mampani satimo eto eda no edehye busumi nti mu na nam so ema adehye a wombo enye so ne ka wombo mu eye wo yetre na wo yetre ni mu na adehye ni ehwe wo monkwa na mpanimfo aye nhyiemu na se ana wetu eda adehye wo Senegal man ni mu ebeto aba edejo mampani na waka ede atodwa se nyankopon ya adoma march busumi yiwumi ne da etoso aduoni nan anampanifo ebehwe amaya de abaso na ahyehyese.
Senegal on Wednesday announced that a delayed presidential election will be held on March 24th after a top court ruled that a proposal to hold the vote after April 2nd was unconstitutional. President Macky Sall's mandate expires on April 2nd. Originally scheduled for February 25th, President Sall called off the exercise, citing electoral disputes. He was immediately accused by the opposition of seeking to carry out a coup. His proposal to hold the election in December was the subject of deadly protests, which rocked Senegal's reputation as West Africa's most stable democracy. A proposal from a National Dialogue Commission for the vote to be held on June 2nd was rejected by the Constitutional Court. Also on Wednesday, President Sall dissolved the government and replaced Prime Minister Amadou Ba, the presidency said in a statement. Ba is the ruling coalition's presidential candidate. The timing of the election means that there is little chance jailed opposition leader Ousmane Sonko can make it to the ballot paper.
Nigeria Foreign Minister Edmini Akwakopiemu ewo Russia ahinko Moscow eho eno ne Russia Foreign Minister eyenhyimu na wapekon yobefa so amakitam de eda wantin no emu ayeden asenka.
Nigeria's foreign minister on a visit to Russia on Wednesday. His counterpart, Sergei Lavrov, said Moscow sees Nigeria as a priority partner on the African continent. Russia is making and will continue to make a constructive contribution to the efforts of Africans and the world community to stabilize the situation in the Sahara-Sahel region. It will provide assistance to countries of the region in increasing their combat capability, the combat capability of their national armed forces, security forces and law enforcement authorities in order to counter the threats that persist, as I already said.
The multipolar system is what obtains, and multilateralism is what we feel should be strengthened even further, and the relationship will continue to grow. We feel that we are in the right position to have a very strong strategic relationship with Russia.
As Russia faces criticism over its war in Ukraine, it's attempting to increase its influence in the global south.
Egypt pounds at Form say, who know, and Anamso Amampinifo and Adishebin and Diatu. Sesi and Gitamudia, Dawane IMF meeting, or that's it, say Anka Wakopebesi, I want to know Uncle $8 billion.
Egypt has secured an expanded $8 billion deal with the International Monetary Fund. The news came hours after the central bank floated its currency, allowing it to weaken to a record low against the US dollar. Letting market forces said the pound's value was a key condition to accessing more IMF funds. The dollar is available at the bank for £45. This is better than the black market rate of £70 to £75. As Ramadan approaches, hopefully prices will fall significantly. The rise in the interest rate is hopefully a good sign. The important thing is that prices decrease slightly and the situation improves. Everyone hopes for a calmer market. Egypt is facing its worst economic crisis in decades. Who is stronger, the government or merchants? This will become clear in the coming days, especially since the merchants claim they purchased goods when the dollar exchange rate was £60 to £70 and say they cannot lower the prices of goods and incur losses. After 2 to 3 months, the concern is that the dollar will have depleted. That's the main point. The stronger side will dominate pricing in the upcoming period. It also raised interest rates to relieve a foreign currency shortage and stabilize the economy. Will the International Monetary Fund be satisfied with these policies? Yes, of course. So, if you meet their expectations, is it possible for it to offer Egypt more grants and loans over a longer period and in larger amounts? I believe so. The central bank hopes the moves will help combat inflation and attract foreign investment.
China penny for Eddie at Wabontin says, I this year no, a person or mine is a custom, a queen, Sunny, a woman, Shisha Yemundia, and your net as a was sorry or can no walk on day, and the boy and my man is a custom. It's aha, and I'm sending in a ABC meeting at the Nanaki Adams.
Say some Chen ye no madamini abana ne kwiada nso anso ase so de amahodroson se mebesomye mekoso akai musakase bono o Facebook live Fast TV GH YouTube nso Fast TV GH hwa no comment or like no share e di amaye enseme de besom mo e wosimedua santem ne dos ye ne di makuti ni bini GES boss e yon munyamfo Erican cancer edin sembi beto abontene ye gina we sekopie mu e wotema East ho na abanya na musini e ho nom enso kasaye we ene nsema uduro pie kan ne be kinkan ma mo e wokase obokwan so me ameje peni di enumreka sibo ibesom mo so hia me abontia edi abebo no maje oso ani akanova na afsat makramu